Guirir Panim. My name is Darius, and welcome back to the world that was. Today, I'll be taking a quick look at an Etruscan onion soup. It's a Bronze Age ancestor to a Renaissance dish, carabaccia, from the same region as Etruscan society. So it shares similar taste profiles that have been transmitted through the populations of Tuscany for centuries. In any case, let's now take a quick look at the world that was. To begin with, we need to peel and chop 500 grams worth of onions. I'm using red onions here because they're similar to the kind of onion found in Tuscany today, but really any onion would work here. Cut each onion in half and slice these halves into very thin slices. Make sure they're all roughly the same size. When you're done cutting them, pour some olive oil into a large pot. Toss your onions on top of this, and then sprinkle it all with a generous amount of salt. The salt will help draw out the moisture from your onions and stop them from burning in the pot. Place your onions back over a very low heat and let them cook away and caramelize a little. This will take quite some time. In this case, it took almost an hour, but just keep an eye on it. Give it a stir occasionally while you deal with your other ingredients. Now, we need to roughly crush our almonds. You could also use pine nuts or walnuts. Crush these into rough chunks. It doesn't need to be a very fine powder, as you'll want the bite from the almonds. When your onions are very soft, falling apart and fairly translucent, go toss in your almonds, your freshly ground black pepper, and a large squeeze of honey. Give all of this a stir and place the pot back onto a medium heat. Let all of this infuse and caramelize a bit more for maybe about 10 minutes. Whenever it's all had a chance to mingle, go pour in 500 milliliters worth of water, or a stock of your choice if you wanted a bit more hearty. This may turn your soup from a deep purple into a much lighter broth, but don't worry, it'll turn out amazing. Place your pot back onto a medium-high heat and bring this to a boil. Whenever it hits a rolling boil, turn the heat down to low so it's just simmering. Let it simmer and reduce uncovered for about 30 minutes, or to your taste. Ladle up into a bowl, garnish with a bit of basil, and dig in while it's warm. The finished soup is delightfully sweet and very hearty. I made mine using plain water instead of a stock, and it was still extraordinarily filling and rich. Onions were a staple food for many societies in the ancient world, as they were easy to grow, easy to keep, and very versatile when cooking with them. As a result of this, they were prepared in many different ways. Tuscan onions are famously sweet, so if you somehow manage to get your hands on some of these onions for this recipe, you'll find that you might not need as much honey as I had to use here. Etruscans were one of many ancient societies who had culinary traits that revolved around the humble onion, alongside pre-dynastic Egypt and Mesopotamia. All in all, this is a very simple yet delicious soup that can be made with very few ingredients. You don't have to add the broth. You can, of course, just eat the onions when they're caramelized, and in fact, they're delicious on their own. In any case, I hope you all enjoyed this quick look at the world that was. If you liked what you saw, please consider leaving a like on this video, or possibly even subscribing to my channel for some more ancient recipes.